All right, breaking tonight, the Department of Justice has indicted former FBI Director James Comey on 2 counts, obstruction and making false statements to Congress. Comey has now responded by saying he's, quote, not afraid. Standing by, our super panel, former federal prosecutor Shan Wu, Deputy Assistant Attorney General Tom Dupree, Semaphore Shelby Talcott, first Congressman Steve Cohen of Tennessee, member of the House Judiciary Committee. It's good to see you, Congressman. Thank you. We said back in the day that lawfare against Donald Trump was wrong and Democrats are going to regret it. My question to you is this. Why is what Donald Trump is doing to James Comey any different than what Letitia James and, frankly, the Biden Justice Department did to Donald Trump?
Well, I don't know what they did to Donald Trump. You know, a jury found him guilty on 34 felonies. Letitia James presented a case. It was an indictment. There was a trial. And
you're conflating 2 cases, but okay. Well, Letitia James said, no, what I'm trying to say is Letitia James said, on camera, I am running to get Donald Trump. And she did. And Democrats were just fine with that. Rule of law, rule of law. Donald Trump ran on, I am going to get my political enemies and do unto them what they have done unto me, which is he's doing right now. And you didn't mind it when Letitia James did it. You're just justifying it. But when Donald Trump does it, it's terrible. So what's the difference?
Well, the difference is because he campaigned on putting prices on grocery stores down the first day, getting control of inflation. He hasn't. Grocery prices are still high as they can be. He's taking health care.
Oh, come on, Congressman. Come on.
No, it's a big difference. And he's made the point. He's going to be retribution. He's going after all these people.
Right, but Congressman, Letitia James, hold on. Letitia James ran, and we played montage after montage of her going, I'm going to get Donald Trump. I'm going to do it. And Democrats had no problem when she did. In fact, as you just said, they followed the law. They had a jury. Letitia James brought charges, blah, 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 blah. But when Donald Trump runs on getting his opponents, now Democrats are so concerned about lawfare, and I'm just wondering why you weren't concerned when Letitia James was doing it. I agree it's terrible, but why the hypocrisy?
In this case, all of the professionals apparently in the Justice Department, including Mr. Siebert, who apparently was an outstanding attorney and would have been a great U.S. attorney for the Eastern District, said there was not the facts to indict Mr. Comey. And yet he hired a woman who's a real estate lawyer and put her down there, changing the focus and the professionalism.
So it matters who at the Justice Department does it. I'm still trying to get to this core.
No, sir.
I'm trying to start. No, hold on. I'm trying to get to this core issue. A politician says, I am going to get somebody. I'm going to use the power of the judiciary to get a person, just like Beria did in the Soviet Union, right? Show me the man, I'll find you the crime. Which is exactly what Letitia James did. I'd argue it's exactly what the Justice Department did to Donald Trump, but neither here nor there. And it's exactly what Donald Trump is doing, right, to James Comey. You're upset about it now that Trump's doing it. You weren't when Letitia James doing it. What's the difference?
There's so many differences. In this case, you've had all these professionals say there's not a case. He gets in a woman, no business being U.S. attorney, tells her, go indict them. Get my opponents and indict them. And it happened. This is direct interference, and it's scary for the future of the Justice Department. Members of the U.S. Attorney's offices are resigning. It happened in New York, in the Southern District. It's happened in Virginia. It's happened other places. People don't feel comfortable with this Justice Department. And, you know, you talk about what went on with Russia. Manafort took the polling data, gave it to Kalimnik. Kalimnik gave it to Prigozhin, and then they started running ads.
So hold on. We're like a totally different world here. So you're arguing that Comey didn't lie now?
I don't know if he lied or not, but I know that
material. Hold on. Isn't that really material, though?
Well, I know that the attorneys who looked at it didn't think there was a case to be indicted. They didn't think they had a problem.
The grand jury did.
Grand jury's a ham sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different. But Kalimnik did get the polling data. You know that. He gave it to Prigozhin, and they ran polls.
I actually am so overly and entirely bored by the Russian collusion story. I have no idea and frankly don't care. My issue is just with the weaponization of the Justice Department, which I think you're saying you believe that this case is different than it was one done to Trump. Congressman, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.